Hello, my name is Sue Croft and I'm a pelvic health physiotherapist at Highgate Hill. And back in 2011, I fulfilled a dream that I'd had for many years. I wrote my first book called Pelvic Floor Recovery, Physiotherapy for Gynecological Repair Surgery. Now that's a big mouthful, but I really wanted to get across what the intent of the book was. I wanted to write something that women who are going off to have repair surgery for either prolapse or urinary incontinence, or even just a hysterectomy, would have some assistance, some guidelines to help them through the pre and post-op period. Women had often told me how alone they felt and how they were really unable to get much information on what to do, how to prepare, and what was likely to happen afterwards. And also I was really sick of writing lots and lots of notes. Try this guideline, try that, don't do this, keep your bowels soft, make sure you start your pelvic floor exercises in a timely fashion. All of that advice I was writing out multiple times, and I decided I would write the book. Very quickly it became apparent that the evidence was emerging regarding this area, and so every 3 years over the last 9 years I have updated the book, and now we're up to edition 4. And with edition 4, which is called now, bigger name, Pelvic Floor Recovery, Physiotherapy for Colorectal and Gynecological Repair Surgery, that obviously I've now included colorectal surgery in the book. So it's the 4th edition, and it has changed. A lot of the evidence has changed, and I've gone into a lot more detail regarding the evidence in this 4th edition so that women can understand they do need to make some very big decisions about perhaps what exercise they undertake, about what lifting they do, and does the evidence support some of the restrictions that have actually been given to women over the years, that perhaps there isn't a need for them to be so restrictive in terms of what weight they lift. But what I've tried to get across in the book, that there are certain measurements that you can have taken, that there are certain guidelines, that if you have a muscle injury called levator avulsion, it significantly impacts on the success of your operation, and so you might find the restrictions are a little bit greater. But I hoped that the book will help you on your pathway through this really big investment that you're making, both with time, with money, but also with satisfaction in terms of what you can achieve after you've had the operation, whether it be working or social life or exercise or sexual function. So when I had written the first book, I was becoming aware that women who didn't need surgery were actually desperate for a book as well. And so in 2012, I wrote the first edition of Pelvic Floor Essentials. And again, I've updated this. It's now up to the 3rd edition. So this time I expanded it by adding in a pediatric chapter. I talked about pregnancy and the postnatal period and vaginal and cesarean birth options. So I'm really happy with the book. I have found it invaluable in terms of giving it to my own patients, and the patients themselves go on and give it to presents for their daughters and for their sisters and for their aunties. So both these books are available on my website, for the book website. It's called pelvicfloorrecovery.com. So you can send an email if you have any queries about it. If you're a health professional, such as a physiotherapist, Pilates instructor, a doctor, you are able to get significant discounts when you buy the books in bulk. If you, or even if you buy them singly. If you're a person in the community, the books are $20. They've been that since 2011, and in fact now the postage internationally has caught up with the cost of the book, and I can't do anything about that, but we do send internationally, and all of the clients who are buying the book overseas are finding it invaluable in terms of their recovery post-op and in terms of their own pelvic floor dysfunction if they don't need surgery. So I'll give you the name of that website again. It's pelvicfloorrecovery.com. That's the book website. Also, you can go to my own practice website, which is suecroftphysiotherapist.com.au, and you'll see lots of good information on there about pelvic floor dysfunction, and you can also go to a link through the website and get to the purchasing of the book. So I hope you enjoy reading the books, and I look forward to hearing from you if you have any comments that you'd like to send. Thank you.